AVU, American Veterans for Ukraine, is a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization with a clear message: connecting, uniting, and empowering American veterans to support victory in Ukraine. We have two lines of effort to ensure that our mission is accomplished. We want to be clear about what we're doing: driving public support for Ukraine and protecting continued U.S. funding for the fight. When we started this out, somebody said to me, "This hasn't been started already?" And I think that's a reflection of how urgent and important this fight is. Ukraine's fight is our fight. Ukraine's fight is about their national security, but it's also about our national security. AmericanVeteransForUkraine.org is now live. We will be sending groups of veterans over to Ukraine. Our founders, high-profile veterans, flag grade officers, Medal of Honor recipients, and others to bring attention to the fight in Ukraine and to explain to the American people through our voices why this is important.
My friend, Denis Antipov, a Ukrainian army officer, once told me this: wars aren't won by surrendering. You have to fight. If you don't fight, you won't be supported by anyone, because it's your own freedom and you have to fight for it. Denis rejoined active duty immediately after Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022. He was wounded by artillery about a month later in a battle near Kharkiv. And after just a few weeks in the hospital, Denis snuck out and rejoined his unit on the front lines. On May 11th, 2022, a Russian artillery strike killed Denis. He was 32 years old. In his last text message to me, Denis said that it was his duty to rejoin his friends on the front line. And he quoted Ernest Hemingway, texting me, "If we win here, we will win everywhere." If ever there was a friend worth America's support, it is Ukraine. And I'm honored to lend my voice and to help rally America's veterans to help Ukraine win its freedom and its survival.
I love Ukraine and I support Ukraine, but I'm also here to talk about veterans and American veterans. My hope is that one of the things that this initiative can do is help connect American veterans that might wonder why or how their service connects to who they are, both as Americans and as members of a democracy. Well, Ukraine needs a lot of help right now in a lot of different areas, and training is one of them. So I'm very proud to join this organization. I can't thank you enough, Paul, for your vision and organizing it. And I can't thank Ukraine enough for continuing to stand on the outermost rampart of democracy. We will be here to support you how we can for as long as it's necessary, 5, 10, or 15 years, as long as it takes.
I am a veteran, served in Iraq, served 30 years in the reserve forces, was mobilized after 9/11. I'm also the surviving spouse of a soldier who died along with 7 other soldiers in an aviation accident. It was after my husband's loss that I founded the Program for the Families of America's Fallen Heroes. But I am so proud that after the war in 2014 in Ukraine, the U.S. State Department came to TAPS and asked us to mentor the creation of an organization in Ukraine that would care for the fallen, that would raise the next generation in peace and stability, that would prepare if there was to be a future conflict. And I'm so proud of what TAPS Ukraine has accomplished. This organization stands on the front lines not only to mourn the losses, but to shore up the warfighters, to provide training, to provide resources and support, to hold the children as they grieve, to provide camps, retreats for the widows, to provide that safe space. Paul, Nolan, Adrian, I'm so grateful to stand with you today as a veteran, as an American, and stand strong in defense of democracy, in defense of Ukraine. We will win this, and I'm most grateful that standing with me are 2 of my sisters on this fight.
I just want to thank you for American people, American militaries who now serve in our country. And we always remember the guys who never come back home. And thanks to American veterans who now will be stand together with our veterans. Because you know that together we win, together we're strong, and we are power for all over the world, except, of course, our neighbor. That's why, just thank you and stand together. Slava Ukraini!
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, all of you who are not tired of this war. As a mother of 5, having my 5th child in a bunker on the 24th of February of 2022, the very first day of full invasion, I want to thank all of you, from all the mothers, women, children of Ukraine, for your support, for the initiative, for everything that you do and everything that will be done. Thank you so much. And having an honor working front lines as a tactical medical instructor for TAPS, I cannot express how important it is, the support of American veterans. You know a lot, you have experienced a lot, and we could definitely use this experience. All I gotta say you, may God bless you all, and thank you again.
Guys, thank you for doing this. Bonnie, from the bottom of our hearts and from everyone at Hope for Ukraine and millions of Ukrainians, I believe what you have started is gonna change the course of how politicians perceive Ukraine, how public perceive, because there is no stronger voice than a voice of veterans. And right now, as we enter the 3rd year of war, we need all help we can get. Because media attention have shifted, politicians, they're trying to do all kinds of, I call it, all kinds of circus, just to be. But in the end of the day, Ukrainians are paying ultimate price. The longer we playing games and the longer we playing politics with this whole, I believe this is the biggest test of this generation. The enemy, they don't play games. They have plans outside of Ukraine, and they're going to keep on pushing forward. So we are completely behind you guys. Hope for Ukraine is going to support you any way we can. And we thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who's here. Thank you for all you guys doing in Ukraine every day.
We welcome every American veteran to join us at AmericanVeteransForUkraine.org. We will also be present at the NATO conference. We will be present at the RNC and the DNC. We will be out there, and we will be spreading this message, and we will be fighting forward. And I want to just send a message to the American people. I am a 9/11 first responder. On the day of 9/11, I was at Ground Zero. And to all of you that were alive then, remember how you felt when you saw the planes hit the towers. Remember how you felt when the towers went down. Remember when you saw people like me digging out your fellow Americans from that pile and here at the Pentagon. Remember how you felt that day. That's how Ukraine feels every day. That's how they feel now. This is our fight. Their fight is our fight. And to the people of Ukraine and to President Zelensky, we hear you. American veterans hear you, and we stand with you. And we want the Ukrainian people to know that we stand with you. America's veterans have your back, and we will do all that we can to ensure ultimate victory in your heroic war of defense against the illegal and immoral Russian aggression. It's one team, one fight. We American veterans have a strong understanding, connection, interest, and capacity to support Ukraine. We have the experience in moving public opinion, getting things done in Washington. And we're ready now to guide, communicate, and unleash that power. We're with you. American Veterans for Ukraine are with you. God bless America, and Slava Ukraine. Thank you all.